show. Oh, yeah. Hello. It is November 22nd, 2021. I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. Special live broadcast here on what is it? Is it Monday? It's Monday all day. Yes, it is Monday all day. I have special guests with me, a lot of them here today. I've got 9 people all at once. And I can barely do 2 things at once. Now I'm going to try to talk to 9 people all at once. It's going to be challenging for me because I'm getting old. All right. With me this evening, let's see if they show up on the screen. Yes, they do. It is the Tatnall Hornets boys cross country team, the state champions here in Delaware in Division II for the 15th time under the tutelage of head coach Pat Castano, who is in the upper left-hand corner of the screen there. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks a lot for having us on, Marshall. We really appreciate the opportunity to be here with you.
I appreciate you all making the time. It took a lot of coordinating there. Or did you just order them to come?
No, I don't give orders.
Nobody's making funny faces there, so I guess that is absolutely correct.
It takes a lot to get these guys to all smile at the same time.
So congratulations on the state championship. I was there for 25% of the championship on Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago, and a cold front came through there that chased me out. My camera got destroyed, my hands got destroyed. On the way over, I had my air conditioner on in the car, and then I had to go out and turn on the heat. So you guys were the 4th race of the day. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Everybody's shaking their heads yes there. So what I'm going to do is ask some of these questions. Instead of just asking a group question like that, I'll go one by one. And we'll start with Will Kane here, top center. Hello, Will. So tell me something about yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 16 years old. I'm a junior at Tatnall, and this is my 3rd year on the team.
And so what were you doing for those first 3 races?
For the first 3 races, I was the 8th guy. I was the alternate, so I was kind of warming up with the team. We were trying to keep morale high. With the weather, it was really tough. Our girls came back. They were I think 2 races before us, if I'm not mistaken, and they were saying, "Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Be ready." So, that was, keeping a positive attitude helped us throughout there. And then I went down to the line with them, just trying to encourage them because they had a tough race ahead of them. So, yeah, that was pretty much my take on the state's day and what I thought my job was. So.
And Sebastian, how about you? What were you doing to try to keep yourself prepared during that weather?
I mean, when it was raining for the first 3 races, we were all huddled together in one of our tents that unfortunately started collapsing halfway through the day. So we were just trying to stay warm. As the girls were racing and they came back, we tried to keep our heads up and know that we could weather the conditions.
And how did you do in the state championship, Sebastian?
I think I did pretty well. I didn't get the guy who I was going for, but I thought my performance was good for the course.
And what place were you in?
I was fifth place.
Fantastic. And so talk about the race on the course for you that day.
The conditions were terrible. Through the panhandles, the wooded section of the course, after 3 races, the course was destroyed. There was so much mud on the ground, and we were slipping all over the place. We had to walk around a few turns because we didn't want to risk falling.
And had you run on that course prior to the state championship this year?
I had never raced on the course throughout my 4 years at Tatnall, but
oh, wow.
Throughout the season and throughout the 4 years, we've been training on the course weekly.
It's because your coach is smart.
Yes, yeah.
That's right. And Ben, you're next. Ben Pizarro. Can I take it that you have a couple brothers on the team here?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And where in line do you fall age-wise with the other two?
I am 14 years old, and they are both 17.
So you are the baby Pizarro, so to speak.
Yes.
Do they take care of you, or do they watch your back, or do they tease you more? Do you think?
It's a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say mostly they watch my back.
And how did you do in the race of the state championships?
I think I did all right. I believe I came in maybe like 20th place. Not
Okay.
sure the exact number, but I was close to getting a medal.
I'm pretty sure your coach knows exactly where you were.
23rd.
23. Yeah, so you're a freshman. I mean, the top, I think, 7 places were captured by seniors. So you have a bright future ahead of you, that's for sure. And what got you into running, Ben?
I believe in 3rd grade, my dad would take me and one of my brothers to some track meets to run in, and we just had a lot of fun. So we signed up for a team on CYM, and then we just have been running since then.
And are you going to run indoor track
Yes.
and outdoor track?
Yes.
And Andre Latina, how are you this evening? Right in the
Good, how are
center
you?
there. How old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 17. I'm a senior.
And how did you fare during the state championship? Place-wise, where were you?
I was 3rd.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And so that makes you first team All-State. Congratulations to
Thank
you. And you're one of the captains on the team as well. So what are some of your responsibilities as a captain on the Tatnall Hornet cross-country team?
Well, pretty much responsible for keeping the guys in check and running drills and running practice every day. Coach really gives us the plan, but we just help execute his vision of what a practice should be. So, yeah.
And when you say you keep them in check, what exactly does that mean?
Well, we're not too rowdy of a group, but we like to have fun. So it's just making sure we're still getting the job done.
Okay. And Luke Kane, you're next. You're a freshman on the team along with Ben. And how did you do in the state championship?
I think I did pretty well. I ended up placing 12th.
That is fantastic. I think was he the highest freshman?
No, I think I was 2nd.
Se- Okay, still got. Are you sure? 2nd? Okay. All right. I thought you were 1st. I was giving you a lot of credit there because I know that you'll be 1st coming up soon. I'm sure.
And Marshall knows these things. Look at his picture that he knows. He sees the future. So
Actually, the people that are watching this live can't see that picture. So
Okay.
I should explain what he was just talking about. For those of you who have watched this for the first time, I'm actually a stage hypnotist. So in the picture that they see is just me holding up a pendulum and looking mean. So that's what they're looking at. But that's what they're referring to there. So Luke, talk about your day at the States. What was it like to run in the state championship for the first time?
Well, the conditions weren't great. Going into the panhandles in the first mile, it was rough. Really muddy, like Sebastian said, really slow going around the turns. And then the rest of the race was all right. It wasn't as bad.
Okay. And so what's a race like for you with all those people out there? Are you talking to people? Are you offering encouragement? Are you kind of running with your team? What's it like for you?
Well, there's always that one guy that I'll go after, but when I'll pass or see one of my teammates, I'll always encourage them. tell him like good job or something as I go by.
So I just heard that for the second time. Like you're focusing on one guy, or some. I paraphrase that a little bit. Is that some kind of strategy that you're talking about there, you guys?
Well, I I'd say it's just I've he's just been a guy that I've been running with like the whole year.
Okay.
Just a guy that I've been trying to like catch in the races.
Okay, still a good strategy, though. Nicholas Pizarro, Nick, bottom left.
Yes.
You did pretty well in the state championship, didn't you?
Yeah, I was happy with the race.
What place did you come in?
First. I
Yeah,
ended up winning.
congratulations, the individual state champion.
Thank you.
And what was your time in the race? Do you recall?
I believe it was 17:18.
Hey man, anybody finish that race should get congratulations. Let alone in like 17 minutes. That's just amazing.
Thank you.
Seriously, man, that was horrible. I felt like such a weakling though, driving away. Right? I'm like, all these girls out there, they're running around. I'm fleeing the scene, and then you guys, I knew were going to have to run in the mud because so right before the second girls race, it started to rain really hard. At the finish of the first girls race, which Division 1, the cold front started whipping in and the wind was rough. And right before the second race, the girls race in Division 2, it started raining hard. And I'm like, how are these guys going to do this? Coach, was there any consideration given to perhaps pausing what was going to take place there for a little bit?
No, you just kind of have to go with the weather. As long as there's not lightning or thunder, we're a go. And everybody has to face the same conditions on the starting line. So, no, there was no consideration of holding the meet up. It was funny because the morning we set up our tent at 9 or 10 a.m. and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. No wind. The temperatures were good. It was perfect race day. And then when those girls from Division 1 got on the line, that's when the sky opened up and the wind and the cold came in. And then every successive race after that, the course got slipperier and sloppy and muddy. And so every race took a handicap penalty on that. But the fourth race of the day with these guys, they did a remarkable job at navigating some of those hairpin turns and nothing but mud by the time they got on the course.
So Nick, not only were you one of the favorites to win this race, but you're a captain for the team, and these conditions change like this. What were you doing to mentally prepare yourself, but at the same time be someone that the rest of your teammates could look up to and draw some inspiration from?
Yeah, I mean, as a captain, I try and always present myself as someone who just trying to represent a captain as much as possible, so maybe people could look up to me and see what I'm doing. So while the rain was really bad, we were all in the tent making a couple of jokes about how bad it was, but once we went to warm up, we really just got over it and just focus on what we were about to do and just tackle the weather. So yeah, I was probably just trying to keep as positive as a mindset as possible.
Well, you certainly succeeded. Couldn't do much better at succeeding in those conditions. You won. Now, are you going to run indoor?
Yes, I am.
And what events do you run indoor?
Mainly the mile and the 800.
Mile and the 800?
Yeah.
Okay. So who here does the 3200? Wait, we do the 3200 indoors, right?
Yeah.
Who does 32 here?
I'll run the 2 mile as well.
Okay. And Andre does. And Sebastian does. All right. Mike McGinley, bottom center. Welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in?
Well,
Nice and loud.
can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Wait. All right. I'm Michael McGinley, and I'm in 10th grade at the Tatnall school, and this is my second year running with the program.
And how did you do in the state championships place-wise? Do you remember?
Yeah, I placed 8th.
Fantastic. As a sophomore.
Yeah.
So you were the highest finishing sophomore. You had
Yeah,
to be
that's
because the first 7 were seniors, as far as I know. So if you were 8th, that makes you the highest. Yeah, that's fantastic. And how did you do last year? Do you recall?
12th or something, I think. Something like that.
As a freshman. Yeah. So fantastic. So people need to watch out for you. Remember your name because they're going to see it here. You know, God willing, stay healthy and all, and motivated and all that, right? So let me ask you this question. I haven't asked anybody this yet about your coach. Tell me something about your coach and how do you think he helps you on, let's say, a week-to-week basis?
Well, he definitely pushes us really hard, and I think that benefits us to like just get better every single week. Like I remember early in the season when I was really out of shape. I didn't run my best race in like late September. A week later, I PR'd. I was the first time I ever ran under 17 minutes in a 5K, and I really think that's just like not only like what we're doing at practice, but what the coaching staff just like puts forth and like pushes us.
Well, take an opportunity there, Mike, to mention some of the other coaches. I thought maybe a couple others would come, but it's not just Coach Pat there. There's a couple others who are helping you out there.
Yeah, I mean, because Coach Castagna definitely comes up with the schemes and like the workouts and stuff like that. But the coaches that run with us, like Coach Steve Garrett, Coach Aaron Jascott, and Coach Diaguardi, they all just push us and like run with us, and like whenever someone's really struggling in a workout, they just like help us a lot. And
all right. And then we have, last but not least, in the bottom right-hand corner there, Ewan Minihan. Hope I said that right. Did I say that right, Ewan?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And how old are you? What grade are you in?
I am 15, and I'm a sophomore.
And how did you do in the state championships?
I think I did pretty well for the conditions.
Oh, what place were you in? Do you recall?
I think I was 31st.
Okay. So the whole team came in within 20. Let's see, was that 20% of the top 31 finishers were Tatnall Hornets? That's pretty amazing, really, if you think about it. Ewan, what made you want to be a runner?
It was my dad. My dad's always been a runner, and so is my grandpa. And growing up, just watching them race, it kind of introduced me to the running community, and I knew I wanted to do it.
So that's kind of interesting because, you know, running is a lot of the other sports' punishment, and that is actually your sport, right? And it takes a different level of mental strength to be a runner. And Coach, how do you help bring that out in some of these guys?
Well, actually, Marshall, I think that's the fun part about coaching is the mental side of it, and introducing the kind of work that we are doing. What we try to do in workouts is present them with things that are really difficult, and then by the end of the workout, they've accomplished it, and they realize, all right, they've taken another step forward. And it's mainly getting over your fear of getting out of breath and feeling the pain of being fatigued. And we just keep working on that point and keep working on that point. And mentally, your brain just says, okay, this is going to happen. This is okay. I'm going to recover in a couple minutes. And we keep delivering workouts that deliver confidence to the kids, and over the course of the season, they grow, get stronger, and they're just tough. These are a tough group of kids in front of you here today. And some of them learn their toughness from watching our seniors, and our seniors learn their toughness from watching the alumni, the kids that were here before. And they get something special from everybody who comes through the program. They just end up wanting to reach for what people in the past have done, and they're doing such a great job.
I don't know if people who aren't in the cross-country community who might be watching this really understand what we're seeing here. This program that has been developed by the coach has been so successful for the last 15. How long you been there, Pat?
This is my 21st year.
21st year. 15 is how many state championships the boys cross-country team has won. And it's one thing for a team to have a little run of a couple years because they have a special couple players or athletes, but for the program, a program to have this level of success for so long, it starts at the top, and that's you. And we were trying to figure out, I know that the guys were counting state championship banners in the gym. Well, I was counting them online, and I believe I'm right here, unless there's a misprint somewhere. So who was it that was counting banners out of you guys?
Andre was counting, right? On Saturday's practice, I think some of the girls were counting different rows. And Andre, I thought you guys ended up with something like 49, right?
Yeah, I was 49.
Was this banner up there?
No, but we were including it.
Okay, I believe, though, that this was the 50th state championship. I believe you guys are a part of his 50th state championship there at Tatnall.
That's mind-blowing.
That is. Like, I have to go dig into the record books across the country now. And well, hey, it doesn't matter. If it's the 49th, if I'm looking up, if the 50th is the record, 49's got to be enough to start looking for a record too. So you guys are like literally quite possibly of like national history. I don't know if you realize, if you really realize that. I mean, this is fantastic. So I was emailing the coach back and forth, and because he mentioned something about saying that he might retire when he gets to 50. Like, man, let's go for 100. Look at him. Look how young he looks.
Oh yeah, real young. These guys keep me young, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. All right, so who wants to talk about somebody else on the team? Say something nice about somebody else on the other team. Nick, let me start with you because you're one of the captains. Pick somebody from the team and say something nice about them.
Like someone that's here right now, or someone on the team?
Someone that we're looking at. Say something nice about somebody there.
I would say Andre. He really does a great job leading the team, and I think he really helped as a co-captain. I mean, I'm not really a vocal person during practice, so I think he definitely helps in that regard by keeping everyone in line and leading the team in a positive way.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to go to Andre now, since you were just talking about. Pick one of the other guys. Don't pick Nick. Whoever goes last is going to say something nice about Nick. So Andre, pick one of the other guys and say something nice about them.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Will. He's probably the most optimistic guy on the team. When we're in a tough workout, he's sort of like the canary in a coal mine. He's really like keeping up morale, and he's cheering everyone on, and seems like he never runs out of energy, and that's sort of the thing you need in a really tough workout.
Look at him. He's good looking too. He's articulate. We were talking to him earlier. Look at him. He's got a bright future ahead of him there. Will, your turn. Pick one of the other guys. Say something nice about them.
All right. Thank you for that, Andre. I really appreciate it. I'm going to talk about Luke. He's my younger brother. As many of you know, he's kind of been there with me for most of my running career. You know, when I was like in third grade, he was running with me in first grade, just trotting along. And now just like seeing his growth over, the past few years, and now in high school, he's doing so great. He's one of the top freshmen in the state, and now he's going to go on and do great things. And it's going to be really cool watching him. And he's really pushed me as well to, try to achieve my goals. And I'm looking forward to what the future has in store for him.
Your articulate speech did not disappoint right there. And Luke, how about you? Pick one of the other guys. Say something nice about them.
I think I'm gonna talk about Michael. He was, I'm kind of, like last year as a freshman, I'm kind of in the same boat as Michael. We were the 5th runner, and he's kind of helped me push through the workouts this year. Always, during like the workouts, I've always been like looking at him, trying to catch him. He's just pushed me a lot through the season, made me a lot better.
And Mike, you have Ben, Sebastian, or Ewan to pick from?
Honestly, what Luke said, I could definitely say the same about Sebastian. I mean, through the workouts, I've always like tried to like catch him and like run with him during the workouts, and he's just really pushed me and just made me become a better runner this year.
And Sebastian, you have your brother, Ben, or Ewan?
Thank you for that, Michael. I'll pick Ben. Despite injury throughout the season and last year, even running as an 8th grader, he's stayed motivated and he's put the work in, and he's obviously proved himself enough to be on this team, on the varsity squad. So, yeah.
Ben, you have Ewan?
So I've been running with Ewan for, I think this is his 3rd year, and he's always really pushed me, like especially in middle school. We did all the runs together, all the workouts, and he's really someone who's pushed me through all the runs and everything.
Very nice. And Ewan, you have Nick.
Nick is a very quiet leader, which I can relate to him because I'm also very quiet, and it's nice to look up to him because he's really fast, and I can kind of see like how he gets there because he works so hard. And yeah.
All right. That was a fun exercise there. And one of the captains, either Andre or Nick, just say something nice about your coach there. Actually, let's hear from both of you because you are the captains, and I would like to hear from both of you. Andre, why don't you go first?
Well, he's not only does he push us really hard, he's also super nice to us. He lets us eat the food in his office and hang out there after practice, and after a hard summer session, he'll let us hop in his pool. He's very hospitable, and it's sort of a second home when we're at practice, and it's always a nice feeling getting to practice and sort of just breathing a sigh of relief just being there. And it's really comforting if you have something during the day. You just pop on in his office, and then he'll help you figure it out. So it's really nice to have him at school and at practice.
Awesome. Nick?
I would say one of my favorite things about the team is that it's so small, and because of that, we each like kind of build our own personal relationship with Castano. So like every day he like has the opportunity to go with each of us and ask how we're doing and how we're feeling, and kind of like cater to our needs and do the run that would fit us fit us best. And because the team is so small, I think that definitely helps.
Well, that is fantastic. You are a great group of guys. There's no wonder that you are the champions that you are, and guided by one of the greatest coaches that this state has ever seen. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, he might be one of the greatest high school athletic coaches in this country. It's fantastic to watch. It really is. Ever since he took the scene and started planting those banners up there, like, this is just unbelievable. And it just kept going year after year after year. And you guys are part of that, and it's got to be special to be a part of. And I know that in another 5-10 years, you're going to look back at this time and like, wow, that was just so amazing. And I'm going to look forward to seeing your names come up in the top finishing places during the indoor season and the outdoor season. And I'm sure that we will have you back here again because you're a great group of guys. And,
Marshall, do you think I could say one more thing?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to recognize the coaching staff that we have, and I know we've heard the names already, but none of what I have ever done at Tatnall has been possible without an unbelievable group of men and women who share a like passion to help kids reach their potential, and they know the sport. They could all be head coaches at any school, but they choose to stay together here. And one of the guys that has been coaching with me actually longer than I have, he was the head coach before I got to Tatnall, and that's Mark Ginn. We've been doing this together for a long time, and I just happen to be the one that gets to, be the head coach. But we share ideas along with Steve Garrett, Aaron, and Coach Jed. We all share ideas every day to build the workouts and the programs. And of course, there's people from the past. You may remember Tejan Pyle and Zach Chupa, Daryl Brown, and of course Antoine Maybank on the sprint side. At Tatnall. All these coaches they give so much of themselves to the Tatnall teams that have helped win these championships. So it's certainly not just me, and I just wanted to make sure you heard that, and we really appreciate you having us on your show today.
Well, that is one of the things that makes you great too, because you do give credit to other people as well, and it is a team. You can't win a team championship with just one person. It's a team effort, right? There's no doubt about that. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Congratulations on your state championship. Best of luck to you in the indoor season and the upcoming outdoor season as well. Stick around there for a second. Just mute your mics for a second while I close it out, and I will talk to you when I shut this down. That is the Tatnall Hornets cross-country team from Wilmington, Delaware. A special group of guys. There's no doubt about that. And the girls, too. The girls have won 14 state championships as well over there, and they always do well, and we're going to hear about them during the indoor and outdoor seasons also. So this is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. Want a funny show? Go to marshalmanlove.com and you can see exactly what I am talking about. Do you have an idea, a suggestion for somebody that I can interview? Just reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com, and I will be happy to arrange that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now I am gone.